Hi, everyone. My name is Laura, and I'm going to be talking about improv and mindfulness and how we can maybe implement some of the skills that improv hopes to develop in classroom spaces or leadership oriented spaces. So what we're going to do first is a little bit of a centering activity, just a little 2-minute guided meditation thing that I will be leading. So you can close your eyes if that's comfortable for you, shut your camera off, whatever is the most comfortable thing to just kind of relax. So yeah, here we go. Begin by bringing attention into your body. You can notice your body seated wherever you're seated, feeling the weight of your body on the chair, on the floor. Take a few deep breaths. And as you take a deep breath, bring in more oxygen into your body. And as you exhale, have a sense of relaxing more deeply. Expel the negative energy, tensions, stresses from the day and the week. You can notice your feet on the floor. Notice the sensations of your feet touching the floor, the weight and the pressure, vibration. You can notice your legs against the chair, pressure, pulsing, heaviness, lightness. Notice your back against the chair. Bring attention into your stomach area. If your stomach is tense or tight, let it soften. Take a breath. Notice your hands. Are your hands tense or tight? See if you can allow them to soften. Notice your arms. Feel any sensation in your arms. Let your shoulders be soft. Take a breath. Notice your neck and throat. Let them be soft. Relax. Tilt your head maybe side to side. Let it drop down. Soften your jaw. Let your face and facial muscles be soft. Then notice your whole body present. Take one more breath. Be as aware of your whole body as best you can. Take one last breath, and then when you're ready, open your eyes, turn your cameras on. Hopefully that was kind of chill. Thank you. Cool. So now we're going to do another kind of mindfulness exercise that is based around group collectivity, and getting us all on the same page. I've done this before, a lot of shows that I've been in, and it always blows my mind when it happens. So I'm hoping it works here. So our goal as a group is going to be to count to 10. And that's it. And anybody can say any number at any time. And if two people say the same number at the same time, we start back again at 1. So yeah, it's crazy. I really hope it works. I've never led this as an exercise, but I've always been a participant, and we've always been able to get to 10 or even 20, which is crazy. So it might help to be unmuted if you're in a place where you can unmute, or you can just unmute, say your number, and then mute back up. But yeah, it's just going to be kind of about us hopefully getting in touch, getting on the same page as one another as we get to 10. Okay, so I will start us off. 1,
3. Did I do this wrong already?
Did anybody say 2?
No. Wait. Are we going in order or?
No, the order is we go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So the goal is we just get up to 10 and we say every number. So it would have been perfect if you had said 2.
let's take two. Let's do
Okay,
that
yeah,
again.
we'll start again. I've done this so many times, so don't worry if you start over. 1,
2,
3,
4,
5,
6,
7.
8.
9.
10.
Oh, that's so good.
We got so close.
Yeah, see, it's easier than you would think it would be. Okay. 1,
2.
2,
Oh.
okay, good job.
1,
2,
3, 4,
5.
6,
7,
8, 9.
10.
Yeah! Oh, that was great. That was so good.
Why
Yeah,
is that harder than I thought it was gonna be?
it's a little stressful, but it's also really cool when you like achieve it. Imagine doing this with like 28-year-olds. Yeah, chaos. So that's our like way of kind of like getting all in our bodies like together and like getting in our minds together. So now I am going to talk about the principles of improv. So there are 4 rules according to Tina Fey, who is, obviously perhaps you've heard of her. And these rules kind of like vary depending on who you're talking to, like, or how you phrase them. But I kind of like her phrasing of them. So our first rule, say yes. Say yes to everything. If you're in a scene and your scene partner offers you something, you want to agree with them. So if your scene partner comes into you and says, "Oh my God, how crazy is it? I just got this new hook put on. Isn't it? Doesn't it look good?" And then your scene partner is like, "That's just your hand. That's not a hook." Then what do? You're back at the beginning, square one, and no one knows who to believe anymore. So just say yes, agree to whatever people say to you. And then our next rule, say yes. And this is like the cardinal rule of improv, say yes and. So it's kind of like the big one. But when someone offers you something in a scene like, "Oh, my hand is a hook," you would want to say, "Yeah, your hand is a hook, and it's going to be so convenient for helping us, catch fish." And there you go. You've built a world, you've built a scene, and I'm sure everyone is really excited to see you guys catch hook hand fish. Our next rule number 3, is make statements. So the converse of this rule can be offered up as don't ask questions, but I don't like that one as much because I think questions can be like fun and important in a scene sometimes. So the way this rule kind of works is your goal is to make statements and add to the world or the scene. So you don't want to be the scene partner who just is always asking, "So who are you? What are we doing here? What are we doing next? Are you hungry?" That is a boring scene and it makes your scene partner do all the work. So one person is coming up with all the answers and that's really stressful in improv. So your goal is to kind of be making statements. Don't like waste time figuring things out. If there's something that you're thinking about asking, try to just phrase it as a sentence instead. So instead of saying like, "Oh, do you want to go fishing?" Say, "We're going fishing now." There you go. And then it's less of a time waste and less pressure on your partner. So you guys are just kind of can feed off each other a little better. But that rule is the one that I would say is like the most flexible. And then our 4th rule, there are no mistakes. Everything's a possibility. Everything's an opportunity. Say literally any crazy thing ever. Improv isn't scripted, which is what makes it so scary to a lot of people. But it also means that you can do nothing wrong. You cannot go off book. You cannot forget your line. You have no line. So in that way, it's a double-edged sword or some expression like that. So we're gonna play 2 improv games. But Like hopefully they're pretty low stakes. They're quite chill. They've been modified so they're possible to do on Zoom, which has been another fun challenge. So the first game we're gonna play is called the 3-line scene game. So the 3-line scene game is literally that. You are doing a scene that is 3 lines, so it's 2 people. Partner 1 will say the first line, partner 2 will say the second line, partner 1 will say the third line and the last line. And the goal of this game isn't like to be funny. You're not going to make the most hysterical joke of your life in 3 lines. The goal of the 3-line scene game is to help teach people how to establish the who, the what, and the where. So the who is, what's your relationship? Are you, a dad and a son? Are you husband and wife? Are you brother and sister? Are you best friends? So it's always helpful to go in and kind of let your partner know what you're thinking. Like, oh, I think that we're siblings. So that way you don't get halfway through the scene and realize you thought you were brother and sister and your partner thought you guys were a married couple. That's weird. So the who, the what is like, what's going on? What are you doing? Where are you? Well, the where are you is the where, actually. I lied. So then the where of like, where are you located? So like an example for one of these scenes would be partner 1 walks in and says, "Hey dad, thanks for meeting me to go fishing." Partner 2 is going to say, "Son, I know how much you love to fish." Partner 1 is going to be like, "I wanted to tell you I'm getting married." Great. So the who, dad and son. The what is they're getting married, and the where is they're going fishing. Or like another example, partner 1 might say, "Welcome to Costco. Can I help you find anything?" Partner 2 might say, "I'm looking for ice cream sandwiches today." Partner 1 might say, "Aisle 3. That's it. 3-line scene. Boom. So thumbs up if that is like making sense. Anybody have any questions, confusions, thoughts? All right, I'm gonna send an order in the chat. And this is gonna be everybody's gonna do a little scene work, a little partner work. So I've worked it out so that everybody will be both partner 1 and partner 2 at some point. Abby, I didn't put you in the rotations. I didn't know if you would want to be in the rotation.
I always want to, but it's not my
Okay.
job today. I'm just kidding, Laura. This is fine. Don't worry.
Okay, then you and I are gonna do a 3-line scene at the end. Great. Okay, so for this, does this like does this kind of pairing make sense? So Trong and Romina, you'll go first. Trong, you'll start the scene. Romina, you'll be partner 2, so you'll only say one thing, and Trong, you'll close the scene out. And then we'll kind of cycle through. Does that make sense? Okay, yay! Oh, I'm so excited. This is so fun. I hope it's fun for you guys. Really low stakes. It doesn't have to be funny. It can be as stupid or like mundane or like whatever practical, I don't know, as you want or feel the need to. Okay. Good to go?
Yeah.
Take it away.
Mom, look at those dolphins.
Oh, that's really nice. We have to go soon in 10 minutes, though.
Aw.
Yeah, 3-line scene with a background. That was so fun. Okay, our next pair, take it away.
Welcome to Wendy's. How may I help you?
Could I get some fries but no ketchup, please?
Yeah, you want anything else?
Yeah. Next pair.
Chung, watch out, there's a car.
Oh no, let's run.
Yeah, let's go now.
Yeah. So glad no one got hit by a car. Take it away, next 2.
Can I borrow that book for the paper due next week? No, I actually need it today. Okay, I'll ask someone else then. Thank you.
Ooh, tension. Next pair.
Avery, are we playing tonight at the club?
No, I actually broke my leg yesterday.
Oh no, I'm so sorry. I hope you get better soon. I'll try to find a replacement for you.
Yeah. All right, Abby.
No, no pressure, right? Laura, did you hear the news?
Oh my God, what news?
I got to be a part of your workshop.
Yeah. Awesome. Okay, so those were 3-line scenes. That's just like a quick little warm up. Everybody did such a good job coming up with who's, what's, where's, relationships were established, locations were established, what was going on, established. Loved it. So now we have 5 minutes left. So we're gonna do a last kind of iteration of a game, which is called the wedding game. So this is a game where someone will be hosting a themed wedding, and it will be the rest of our job to decide what else are the rules of this wedding, what else is happening at this wedding. So if I were to say I'm hosting a Harry Potter themed wedding, somebody else might chime in and say, I heard Dumbledore is officiating. Or, I heard no Death Eaters allowed. Or I heard that the bride and groom are gonna fly off in a carriage pulled by a bunch of horses at the end. So this is just kind of like a world building exercise based around the way that weddings work. Um, does anybody have any questions, concerns? No, all right. Thumbs up. Perfect. So, can I get a suggestion for a theme of this wedding that we're hosting or planning? It can be anything at all, like basketball, graveyard themed, Harry Potter themed.
How about a Marvel theme wedding?
Yeah, Marvel themed wedding. God, I'm so out of my depth. All right. So what else is happening at this wedding? What's going on at this wedding?
Hulk is serving hors d'oeuvres to the guests.
Yeah, Hulk is serving hors d'oeuvres. That's gonna be lit.
I heard there's going to be a special screening of WandaVision.
Yeah. I heard Spider-Man's the ring bearer.
I heard the ring has an infinity stone in it.
Yeah.
Hey, look, Bucky and Sam is not arguing.
Yeah. One last wedding rule.
Thor is going to be coming late with his magical hammer.
Yes, he is. Good thing we don't need the hammer to officiate the ceremony. Awesome. So that was our little wedding game world building fun stuff. I truly have never seen a Marvel movie, so really thank you guys for carrying that one for me. So now that we've done these fun activities, we're just gonna have a 1-minute discussion of how any of the things that we've done today or any of the kind of like skills that we've moved towards. I know this is literally a 20-minute workshop, so we didn't like really hardcore develop skills. But how could those be useful in like a leadership space, or like how could those transfer to some of your groups? I can offer some suggestions from my experience, which are that the kinds of activities that we did are really good for thinking on your feet. So really, really good if you're, ever like public speaking, orating, giving a presentation, super helpful to be able to just like free flow ideas. Um, Feeling confident in your answers, trusting your own intuition, that can be super helpful as like a group leader. When someone asks you a question, you're like, yes, I do know the answer to that. And maybe you're not quite sure, but at least the confidence is there. Teamwork, we used some hardcore teamwork to get up to 10. We probably could have gone to 20, but we just didn't even have the time for it because we were flying through things. And listening to your scene partner is so important in improv, because if you're doing a one-line scene and someone starts off with something and you weren't paying attention to what they said, you are going to look so silly if your scene response is not in the same world that they were building. So those are my takeaways. Thank you for doing this silly improv mindfulness workshop. I hope it was slightly fun, at least.
Laura, great work. It was very fun.